In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. Justin's fucking running to the record button.
You know that Stay at Home Hub is free.
Stay at home.
They changed their name to that, by the way. If you go to the site, they changed it to stayathomehub.com. Do you know what we have all sorts of time for now? Johnny?
Whacking it.
Otherwise known as...
Masturbating.
Hey, that's what it's time for.
It's time for a fucking Freedom Friends Master Debates. We are the Freedom Friends. Basically, the Master Debate is that once a week we get a random fucking topic from our producer Justin, and then we debate it as mediocre as only we can do.
Hey, and sometimes it's a mediocre debate about a mediocre topic.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes the topic ends up not even being the debate.
Sometimes we get
It's like the
squirreled.
shortest debate ever, and we got to go to topic 2.
Yeah, right.
It's
Sometimes
like
we get
debate this.
squirreled.
Yes. Okay, we're
next.
done.
There's no debate here, man.
Not a lot of division.
What's on today's menu?
I just want to spin Scott up and make it what's better, 9 mil or 45.
I don't get worked up over that one anymore.
It's such a
Or
stupid
any less.
debate.
It is.
Anyways, what's your actual debate topic?
All right, boys.
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 Fuck boys.
Y'all know what's coming. I keep it consistent.
All right, boys.
So, with all this quarantine shit going on, we're all staying at home, kind of isolating. I want to know who's one person that you would want to come into your place and self-isolate with you, and why.
Oh.
Ooh,
Dead or alive? Or both?
famous or somebody you know, or
Give me
what?
one dead. Give me one alive.
Oh, shit.
Like besides our significant others.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Other than the easy one, my
Well,
wife.
you,
Whatever.
you gotta let us off
It'd
the
be
hook.
my wife, because I don't need anybody else with me.
Yep,
Yeah.
we're sticking to that.
Okay, next subject.
Now, fucking, I'm ready to go. Like, let's do this. Let's fucking...
Yeah. What do you got, Jazz?
Oh, I didn't say I was. I didn't mean
You
like I had
totally
an
said
answer.
you were ready to go.
I meant I don't have to pitch out the whole like it'd be my old lady because she's the most important person. I married her. She should know that by now. I don't need to reaffirm that shit all the time.
So we're saying
One dead, one alive.
one dead person, one alive person that we would like to be quarantined with.
Now is
I don't know
the
if I want
is,
to be quarantined with a dead
yeah, I was gonna
person.
say is a dead person
the
like
dead person's alive.
alive? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
some.
That's
like
different.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to clarify that.
Not really.
Yeah.
I think everybody got that. Like,
All right. I think I got my dead person.
Okay.
Robin Williams.
Oh, that'd be fucking great.
ooh, no,
You would never be fucking bored.
This would be
You'd also
called-
never sleep.
Wouldn't this be
You would never sleep.
wouldn't this be considered
Unless
a,
he had meds.
wouldn't this be considered a strangle debate?
Again, wouldn't be bored.
bangerang
so
bitches.
fucked up.
Bangarang. Dude. He'd be building forts with Robin Williams.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not
Yeah.
your fault. It's not your fault, Chief. It's not your fault, Chief.
It'd be so much fun.
Can you imagine that every morning? There's be like, good morning, broom household. And I'd be like, dude, please
shut the fuck
You better
up.
have made fucking coffee. That's all I fucking know.
I think that'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad.
Try to count his arm hair.
Oh, geez. I'd lose count after like 4 million.
Yeah. That'd take you the rest of the quarantine.
Dude, right?
Me and Robin have that like fucking going on.
Yeah. So that's my dead guy. How about you, John?
Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. I need more time to think about this. My brain doesn't work that fast.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Jazz?
Every time you ask me, and I'm like, I don't know.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
I figured you would go H.P. Lovecraft, but
No, I read enough of his shit to have it affect my dreams. I don't need that shit fucking daytime too. Like, he's a good. Yeah, I mean, that'd be like hanging out with Poe. Like, eventually that shit's just gonna seep into you.
yeah, right.
Like,
God.
Hunter S. Thompson, though, I think that's the kind of motherfucker that you're gonna come out of quarantine learning something about yourself.
Yeah.
And I think he'd also give you the proper amount of gap because there'd be times where he'd be like, you know what? Let me take some time. I got some things I got to write. And he'd just like fuck off for a bit.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think you'd get sick of it, but I think you'd end up in some talks with that guy that you just be like, son of a bitch. I didn't really think about it that way. So yeah, I'm gonna go with my dead guy is Hunter S. Thompson.
Huh. Scott?
I don't know.
Well, what about your alive guy?
Oh, I have a secondary dead guy too that I wouldn't mind hanging out with.
Oh, yeah, of course he is. So,
You can't come up with one, and I've got two.
right. I know. That's how it goes. No, I don't know. I probably, if I had to pick, my stepdad died when I was like 14.
Yeah.
And I'd really like to hang out with him for a quarantine and get caught up, So,
Yeah.
It's a good pull.
Yeah.
It's a good pull.
That is a good pull.
And I think the family would appreciate that one as well.
My dad died at 11,
So-
and I'm still like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm all set.
Well, like if familial and stuff like that, I can see where you're going.
Yeah.
With. My grandfather, the one I just lost a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think there's still some stories that, although I heard a lot, I think there's some stories and some time there that
Yeah.
being older now and stuff like that. There's shit. I think there's some stories I was told when I was a kid that I wouldn't mind rehearing when I was
right.
older, just to
Right.
kind of recycle. So I think I'm right there
Yeah.
with you. I think that's a
You know, and
that's what I'm just saying. It's a really good pull.
Right now, I think if I remember right, I'm like the same age as he was when he died, and so it would be like a really more of a man-to-man talk about stuff, and it'd be good. It'd be good. That'd be mine.
Yeah, that's a much better pull.
Yeah.
Because I lost both my grandfathers, and one I lost when I was 9, the field artillery colonel.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot there that
Yeah.
I never got to know and stuff like that. But
I guess we were going family. My Uncle Bud was a good dude.
well, any guy named Uncle Bud's got to be a good guy.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
He was a fascinating dude. He was there's a hall named after him at KU up in Topeka, Kansas.
That's
What
kinda
do you
awesome.
mean by Hall?
Like
Gotcha,
Gariner Hall is named after him. He was a Spanish professor. Just weird.
Spicy.
Just weird for an Irish guy, but but yeah, he was a foreign language professor, and he's a fucking interesting dude. He was an amateur geologist and just like traveled the fucking country in his RV. Like, was just a fucking cool dude.
All right, so I guess now we have 3 categories.
Used to give me pocket knives and shit.
Do you have a family member that you wouldn't mind bringing back to be able to do the quarantine with? Do you have a famous guy that you wouldn't mind doing the quarantine with? And then who's alive that you wouldn't mind doing the quarantine
So
with?
my family guy would be my grandfather. He passed away when I was 14.
Hey, it's
World War II
tough,
vet.
man. Yeah,
He
when
did.
because there's a lot of stories there that you just didn't get to hear.
Like, I'd love to hear his World War II stories. But
Well,
this dude,
and when we were 14, you probably heard stuff that you just didn't give
had
a
no
fuck
idea.
about. Right?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
appreciate.
But
You're like, fuck
he
this old
did
man. Like
so much stuff with business. It was insane. He owned 2 fucking hotels. He owned a Holiday Inn and a Comfort Inn. Right, and he got this land off of a trade that he did when he owned a construction company. He took the land for payment. Right,
Holiday
like I
Inn.
want to pick his brain. Like, teach me everything you fucking know.
Is he the Monopoly guy?
No,
Are you sure?
yeah,
Are you sure he's not the Monopoly
I
man?
swear.
Did he have a monocle?
no, he didn't.
Top hat?
No, and so like
fucking
a little insight on that. So he
That's
had,
when you find out that, well, yeah, actually, the Monopoly's based on my fucking grandfather.
No, so like right about the time, I don't know, when I was a couple of years old, he had throat cancer and never smoked a cigarette in his life. And he had a laryngectomy, so he had a hole in his throat, and he refused to use the fucking
like the South Park guy.
the talk thing.
Yeah.
And he could literally yell at somebody, and that person would be like, "Oh, fuck," like, and he didn't have a voice box, and that he'd scare the fuck out of somebody. Like it wasn't like just they patented this thing so he could fucking scuba dive with a hole in his throat. Like the stuff that he did was just like fuck. Like and
Was it a cork?
No, it was this whole apparatus that cause
You have to
only
breathe through it.
you breathe through that hole. You don't breathe through your mouth or your nose. Oh. And so it was a thing that was airtight.
I have to admit, that sounds like a way more comfortable way to scuba dive. Not that I want to cut a hole in my throat, but
it's like
instead of putting that shit all
like having
in your
gills.
gums and shit like
yeah,
that.
but the
it's just
thing
on
is,
your neck
if you
instead.
open your mouth, you drown.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
If it gets in your nose, you drown.
He had a thing that was completely encompassing of his face, and then
But the air.
Okay.
Yeah, and so him and my dad invented this, patented it. And I have pictures of all the stuff, like the tests that they did and the whole 9. I mean, the
we're
patent's
learning
expired
shit
now.
about John right now.
shit.
But yeah, that's the person that
interesting
was
as
the
fuck,
person
man.
I'd love to quarantine with and just learn.
Yeah,
Like,
that's baller.
just talk to me.
So what about a famous dead person?
Oh, famous dead person. I got a
Other
famous
than your scuba diving, landowning, throat hole having grandfather.
right,
Like,
badass. And he lost a nut in World War II, and had still 3 kids.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
this
you
dude's
told
a
us that
fucking
story.
badass.
Yeah, that dude's legit.
I'm starting to understand your bloodline a lot more.
Right? And then my grandparents on my dad's side fled.
Could you imagine what would happen if you got full awesome in your bloodline instead of half awesome?
The other half of my grandparents fled fucking Nazi Europe. Like, and
Yeah.
With fleeing from your grandfather? Like, what was the?
no, they're Jewish.
Because you never said who he fought for.
Who? Oh, my grandfather? He fought U.S. Army.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was an engineer.
Just saying.
But no, my grandparents on my dad's side fled Europe during Nazi Germany fucking shit. And so I got to read my grandfather's journal or diary, whatever you want to call it, from when he was over there. And that's fucking intense. But yeah,
Like camping.
a little worse than that.
Camping's intense.
Yeah, this was like camping in tents on steroids.
No, so I made that joke about it because I had an attorney, and he's a good dude. But we were sitting there, we were talking about family history and stuff like that. And he's older than I am, but he's like, same thing. He was like, my grandfather fought in World War II, and da-da-da-da-da. And one of the things I was able to hold on to is that I have his boots from World War II.
Yep.
And I was like, cool, what did he do? And he's like, well, he was a tanker and da-da-da-da. So I went to his office because he kept a stash of Cubans and a bunch of really high-end whiskey and stuff in his office, and you could smoke in his office. So I went there one time. And I walk in, and on the shelf, he had these boots. And I was looking at him, and I was like, those are interesting. And he's like, yeah, those are my grandfather's boots. And I'm looking at him going, didn't you say he was a tanker? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, it's really shiny black. And he was like, I was like, the fuck kind of tanks did your grandfather drive? And he's like, oh, he was in the Panzer divisions. And I was like, motherfucker! Like, that's a handy piece of information that you should probably lead that story with.
Wrong kind of tanker, man.
I'm like, I mean, you didn't lie to me. Like, your grandfather was a tanker in World War II, but there's kind of a difference between what I was thinking as a World War II tanker.
I'm thinking Sherman.
Yeah, and you went,
You're not talking Sherman.
yeah. Fuck. He's like,
Huh.
no. The family wasn't Nazis. He was a tank officer. And I was like, yeah. I don't know if political affiliation really matters when you're still kind of like fighting for that side.
Yeah. So I have a question regarding the debate topic tonight, Justin. The living person, is it someone we know or someone we don't know?
No, this is whoever you want to spend your quarantine with, whether you know or not.
My wife would not approve.
You know what? I'm gonna kick this off because it's gonna sound cheesy as fuck, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. I wouldn't mind spending the rest of my quarantine with Mikey.
Whoa, oh, buddy.
You guys are cute.
No, and I know it sounds gay as fuck, but here's the reason. I know on the show, and most people that are around us and stuff probably think that Mikey and I are it's all smoke and joke and whatever. We've been able to get serious, and it's not even that Mikey and I haven't had disagreements.
No.
And had to kind of say something to each other and fix it. But we've always been able to drive past that and kind of gone like, Roger that, we're good. Let's fucking drive on.
Yeah. I think that's how any of us would be.
No, I think it'd be fine. But Mike has become a really, really good friend.
Scott and I have been in business together for a while.
And I think that would be the best fit as far as somebody like living for me to spend it with.
Right.
Other that we're leaving the spouses and all that kind of stuff out of it.
Well,
But-
we already talked about this. Like once.
oh yeah.
You know,
once they fall in love with each other and fucking leave us.
Yeah,
then,
when they leave us for each other.
yeah. But I think
No,
we have a good enough.
They're
we have a-
probably just going to opt out.
yeah.
And they'll leave you two to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have a good enough read on each other and enough in common and just kind of a general interest in what the other person does that it wouldn't be like 3 days later and we're sitting there just staring at each other going like, all right, well,
It would not be boring.
I've lost my
I know
interest
that.
and now
Yeah.
you're just like stuck with this person.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of celebrities and stuff I could list and I'd be like fascinated for about 3 hours. And then I'd be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, I've learned everything
Well,
I
like,
need to learn.
And that's
kind
kind of why I asked the question: is do we know this person or not? Because
Can I go full circle with my alive celebrity?
yeah,
Betty White.
you know what? I respect it.
I think it'd be fun.
I respect it.
I think it'd be
That's
fun.
how you survive a quarantine.
My live
and
everything
everything afterwards.
would be Rogan.
Oh,
No, I couldn't do it.
I don't know if I could.
I couldn't do it.
Either Rogan or maybe Tom Segura. I don't know.
Rogan would be fun. Rogan would be fun for like a week.
Do you know who? Okay, live
I don't know.
celebrity that I'll put on the level of Rogan and whatever else. The dude that hosts Hot Ones.
Oh, dude, I fucking love that show. That show's good.
What's
Sean
that guy's-
Evans.
Sean Evans.
Sean Evans.
That dude.
Yeah.
I could probably do my quarantine with him
Yeah.
because I don't think he'd run out of conversation.
Dude,
Like,
I want to eat those wings
let's
every
get the
time.
sauces, man.
It's for real.
I
But
gotta-
no,
I have a
seriously,
Traeger.
I think that cat. Because I don't think he's putting on a show on that. I think that's genuinely like who that dude is, and he understands how to carry a conversation. He doesn't get like super hype. He doesn't get whatever. Like I think that's a dude that would know how to ask you stuff, draw stories out of you. Same thing with my Hunter S. Thompson pull. I honestly think that after spending enough time with that dude, you'd probably get stuck having to answer questions and stuff that you didn't think about. And I think you'd probably come out of it a better person. If I'm going to be stuck in quarantine with somebody, I want it to be some sort of improvement when I come out the back end. It
Yeah.
can't just be like I had a celebrity encounter. Like,
See, I would have said, Rogan came to mind because I would have said Neil deGrasse Tyson.
dude,
But given the last time he was on Rogan and wouldn't shut the fuck up,
yeah.
I was like,
Y'all thought I was bad.
oh, fuck, dude. Holy fuck. Joe, when Rogan can't get a word in edgewise, to the point where, like, you watch it, if you go back and watch the fucking video, you just see Rogan's face. He's just like, he just you just like see that he's like physically exhausted from because he won't fucking stop talking.
You know
It's
who
like,
else was
fuck.
bad about that? Who's the guy that turned over all the info? The
Snowden.
Snowden interview
Oh,
on
yeah.
Rogan was terrible.
Yeah,
He
was
would
horrible.
not shut the fuck up.
telling you, dude.
Yeah.
Now, granted, in Snowden's defense, he has been stuck in a fucking like Russian fucking embassy for
Yeah.
You know
quite
who
some
else would be
time.
fun?
He's been isolating a whole lot longer than any of us have.
Right?
You
He's
know
been
who
in
else would be really
quarantine.
fun? Kim Jong Un. I think it'd be fun because you're stuck. You
You'd
can't
save
leave
on,
anywhere.
You'd save
Yeah.
on toilet paper
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
doesn't
doesn't
shit.
because he doesn't shit.
Yeah,
Right?
But I think that would be fun because, like, the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 days would be
I
like
would
the
be
most
Mythbuster
awkward
and-
fucking time in the world. But
Yeah.
after that, like, you have nothing else.
I'd make him sit down when
You
he pees.
have to talk to me.
Yeah. And if you want me dead, you have to kill me, fat boy.
Yeah, let's do this. Come on. But not even about that. But it's just like,
John be in there giving haircuts to him and stuff and be like, I got you, bud. Don't even worry about
come
this.
here, bro. But no, like, I'd love to sit down with somebody like that just has this so fucking skewed mindset of how the world works. But you can't leave, and I can't leave either. And we have to, well, we don't have to talk to
I
each
can only
other.
imagine that. He's just eating barbecue and playing PlayStation all the time. And at the end of it, he's like, I'm changing my whole country when this is over. This is, like,
That's it. Like, it's over, boys. Everyone's getting a free Traeger.
yeah.
this is what we do. Like each one of us just picks like a fucking rogue
Some
world
despot
leader
and just
Like-
fucking fix
like,
him.
Like,
Yeah.
like you get like Maduro. And like
No, no, no. If
like,
we're doing that, I'm pulling Putin.
you're getting
Oh,
want
that would
Putin.
just be fun.
yeah, yeah.
We're going horseback riding.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. The worst part about that is you might get out of that and be like, okay, we're changing how the United States is.
Yeah.
I'd be like, sorry, boys, I got to call into the show. I'm moving to Russia.
Everybody gets a bear.
Yeah.
We're like
On a
fucking
unicycle.
AKs. As soon as you're born, you get 2 AKs.
This
if we
might
all
sound really anti-American, but I bet Putin would be a lot of fun to hang out with.
It'd be a good
It's got to
time.
be.
Oh my god, I bet it'd be
Probably
a
like
lot of fun.
KGB stories that are fucking
Oh my
wacky as
God.
fuck.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine that? You just get him a little bit drunk and he's like, listen to this, comrade. He's just like, fucking,
You want to know?
oh
who,
my God.
You want to know who killed Kennedy? I
Yeah.
know who killed
I know,
Kennedy.
it was me.
That's why he's got so much fucking pull because he was on the grassy knoll. Yeah,
Fucking shirtless.
He was in both positions. He was on the grassy knoll and in the building.
right? Jesus.
How'd you do it so fast? Better run fast.
Yeah. So, John, who's your live person you know?
A live person I know. Oh,
Well, he's already got a sister here.
yeah. I'm already fucking quarantined
Yeah.
with somebody. And it's actually awesome because, like, we haven't lived together, or at least in the same fucking state, in, like, 10 years, 12
Yeah.
years. So it's nice. But it's funny because we're, like, polar opposites.
I mean, I would have said my brother, but fuck that guy.
Right?
right.
That guy's an asshole.
I would have said your brother too, but fuck that guy.
Yeah, man. By the time the quarantine's over, you know.
Don't worry, boys. I got a debate in the works that I'm gonna enjoy, and y'all might not so much.
Careful what you wish for, bud.
Yeah. So how's that different from the last like 20 we've done?
No.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, I asked because like I was thinking jazz as well for mine, and but honestly, I could see myself quarantined with either of you gentlemen too, and it would be fucking great.
I think if
You know
we just
what I mean?
lock the doors
Like,
right now, none of us leave.
Right? I
It's
just
totally
say fuck
okay.
it. Let's just stay
I
here.
could do it with John, but I think but only because I'm pretty sure Scott doesn't like me very much.
Well, see, the cool thing is,
Not that I wouldn't hang out with Scott. I'm just
Like,
pretty sure he doesn't like me very much.
Shit, we hung out a whole fucking Saturday.
That was a good fucking day.
was a
I'm
good
not gonna
day.
lie, it was
Yeah.
a great fucking day.
one thing I really appreciate about Scott is that he is fucking honest to a fault.
I will not lie to you.
Yeah, you are fucking. You don't beat around the fucking bush.
No.
You are straight the fuck up,
Yeah, I
and
know.
I respect that.
Well, that's why
so
I said
fucking
it.
much.
Because
Dude.
if Scott
I
didn't like
really
me,
do.
he'd have flat out told me by now he didn't fucking
So,
like me.
we used to
I'd know.
we used to have a thing at the gun store when we had new employees because gun store employee turnover is pretty quick, and it was kind of like when we stopped giving you shit, you got about 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and
you're in
Yeah,
probably you're in
that's
a
it.
bad way.
and you're
Yeah.
out. Like,
Yeah.
Now we told him that up front, and sure as shit, every time.
every fucking time.
Yeah, but I see. That's why I think like if Scott and I were quarantined together and we got pissed off at each other, one, I would fucking know it right away. I would know that he was pissed. But two, he'd be like, you know what, fuck you, I'm going to smoke a cigar, and he would chill the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's why I
And
picked
like
you
it would
too.
just be like, whoop.
So
It's because a couple of times we have pissed each other off. It never got to the point of like, I'll let that slide, and then the next one kind of builds and whatever.
no,
it
no.
was like one of us said something, and the other person was like, too far. And I was like, all right, Roger, done.
So
Like,
John
we're
and
good.
I, we
Yeah.
were telling this story last night.
Yeah.
Actually, we've been in business. What?
Fuck.
I mean,
We've
the
been
gun
damn near
store-
24 hours a day for 5 years.
Yeah,
At least.
and there was only I think 2 instances where we were like throw down, fuck you, like pissed at each
yeah.
other,
Like voices raised.
like screaming.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
irate.
Both in the bedroom.
Those 2 instances, it didn't really come down to what
Scott, you're supposed to spit on it first. Come on, dude.
that was one of the fights. No, but it didn't come down to like the decisions that we were trying to make or the things that we were arguing about. It was all the other stressors that were involved in a life, and it was
Yeah.
like that one little thing that set it off, and then that was the release of all the bullshit for like 30 minutes. Like, and it was a fucking vicious 30 minutes. And after that, it was like, you need a cigar, bro? I'm gonna go have one. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool, let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
And then like by the next morning, we were 100% fine.
And I think that's the sign of like any good relationship, right? Is whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship or whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's being able to ID that, yeah, maybe something pissed you off, but it's being able to ID that there was a bunch of other things that got involved too.
Yeah.
Like it was all the other stressor stuff, and being able to recognize that.
The thing that tipped off the argument isn't the root of what's
Yeah.
going on
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Because no singular action, short of like, Scott, there's something I got to tell you. I fucked your wife.
Yeah.
Like, short of like, that kind of situation.
Right.
There's nothing that's going to cause that kind of just instant anger.
And honestly, like one, I have a shitty memory, but it was so insignificant. Whatever we argued about,
We don't even remember it.
I don't even know what the fuck
Yeah.
we were arguing about.
Like-
I have no idea.
Nope. It didn't matter.
yeah.
It was just that fucking like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Okay, cool. We're good? Good. Awesome.
Well, I mean, I think I'm with Mikey though. Like, just about anybody in the Freedom Friends, I could do it, and it's probably evidenced by the fact that I kind of refuse to go anywhere right now, except for coming here to do the show.
Yeah.
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 Like,
And it's not because I'm afraid of the coronavirus. It's because I fucking hate people. And people who are stressed
Yeah.
are even more fucking lunatics.
that's my only
You know
thing
what I
is
mean?
that there's
Like-
so many other stupid people out there right
Yeah.
now that I'm just like, it's not worth going out.
Did you hear?
It's just not.
Did you hear about the bitch and fucking? There's a 18-year-old kid in San Antonio, some fucking idiot, who got on social media and says she's COVID-19 positive, and threatened to go out and start fucking spreading it community.
Let's put her down.
Well, so fucking the cops are now looking for this kid. It's an 18-year-old
with
girl.
terrorism.
They're charging her with a fucking terroristic threat. You just threw your life away because you wanted to be a fucking idiot on social media.
Right.
And it's people like that, which is the reason why I don't want to fucking leave my house. I'm fucking perfectly content sitting at home.
This bitch is an idiot. They didn't see what we did when those motherfuckers were doing that, going and licking people's Bluebell in the fucking
Yeah.
grocery stores.
Dude,
I'm like,
we were ready to fucking fight,
I'm
especially
like-
here in Texas. Motherfuckers
I'm
were
like-
pissed.
Don't fuck with my Bluebell.
you licked the Bluebell?
Don't fuck with my Bluebell.
Instant castration for you and your entire lineage.
Yeah, because
Like,
you don't need to fucking produce.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Fuck
we don't
off.
need more of you. Yeah, I agree.
my favorite one of all those, though, is that motherfucker that started the lick challenge, where they were licking
Lick the
toilet seats
toilet
and
seat.
shit.
He
And the
caught
motherfucker
fucking
caught COVID.
Hilarious.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
This is the one dude I really hope fucking dies. Well, him and Carol Baskin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that bitch.
Yeah.
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
All right. So far we have
So who's
a bunch
who's
of
your
dead
alive
grandfathers.
guy?
God, I don't know. My alive one. I don't know. Yeah. Fuck.
I do have another dead one,
Yeah.
who I wouldn't mind hanging out
Well,
with.
I think I can name the type of person, and it's somebody who's like super positive about everything, a good business person, somebody I can learn from that just has a great attitude,
I'm out.
and you know what I
And
think?
for that reason, I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah,
So you want to quarantine with Richard Simmons?
no,
That's pretty
no.
much just met all the criteria you just put out there.
You're
Brad.
covered in spandex and in the best shape of your life.
You're a pony.
yeah. I don't know. I suppose the one person that comes to mind that like really fits that bill is probably like Matt Best. Like I know Matt. I've hung out with him. I think I could learn a lot about how to be positive all the time. Like I don't understand that, and I don't know. I think maybe that'd be one.
I've never met the man, so I can't
Did
I can't back you up
Did
on
I
that.
tell you
like,
that
at all.
somebody commented on one of the fucking? I don't remember if it was one of my live feeds for Grand Style or one of the pictures or something, but they called me Matt Best Light.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I'm more like Matt Best Heavy.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that.
I still argue that's the mixed. It's the wrong joke.
Yeah, right.
Because if they were gonna
I
say
should
if
be
you're
Matt
Matt Best
second
Light,
best.
then it should be Matt second best.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Like
But no, Matt.
yeah. They missed the joke, but
Yeah.
they told me Matt Best Light, and I was like,
I don't know.
According to my one ab, I am Matt Best Heavy.
Oh, I got a six pack. I have a thin protective layer that covers it. I don't want to damage those.
who needs a six pack when you can have a keg, baby?
Dude, I have one. I have an ab.
An ab.
I have a ab.
Yeah, round is a shape.
I don't know Matt at all, so I
Yeah,
can't,
he's a
I
good
can't speak
dude.
to that at all.
Fucking
So.
great dude.
Yeah.
Never met the man.
The two times I've met Matt, he was always very cool with me.
I'm not
Granted-
denying that. It's just that
Granted, the
I only know the internet, Matt.
When
So I don't.
when I met-
I can't.
Yeah.
Matt though, he very well could have been in character.
And I don't.
You know,
I refuse to judge anybody on their internet personality because, like, I
so
know
this
Tim
was-
Jensen
this was-
really well.
Yeah.
So
and,
we-
and that is not the first art.
That is not the Grand Style first art.
Yeah. So when you meet Matt or when you see Matt as the character, right? It's different than when you meet him in person. And like even a public event, like you know, we were at the Black Rifle thing in Bernie, and Matt like went around and made sure he shook everybody's hand, took pictures with absolutely everybody. Like he goes out of his way,
Yeah.
but behind closed doors, that is still Matt.
Yeah.
That is it's still he's
Well, when I first met Matt, it was the day before.
So you didn't break all Matt shit, right? You broke JT's shit.
yes, that was JT stuff.
well, actually, I met Matt on JT's birthday, which is like the day before St. Patty's Day.
Okay,
We were getting ready to deploy to Afghanistan. I was out in Bliss
right.
doing a CRC for contractor shit, and my wife had actually sent me there was an online flyer. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna be here at the fucking Irish pub that's there on base,"
Right.
and we were like, "Well, fuck it, let's go see this." So we went over there, and that's how I met all those guys,
Right.
the first time. But again, it was just like I wasn't in the veteran space at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so it was just like, oh, I'm just meeting another fucking fan. You know, is how I felt.
Yeah.
You know, that like it was. And then the second time I met him, again, same sort of scenario, same personality.
Yeah.
You know, still a great dude.
Yeah.
You know, but to the point is, I didn't know if it was he's meeting just another fan or if that's him.
No, and he
You know what I mean?
And
Because
Matt,
I haven't met him.
and Matt's got a crazy memory. Like,
Yeah, I just haven't met him on
Yeah.
on that fucking level yet.
yeah.
Speaking of which, nobody's fucking doing anything right now. How do we get these fuckers on the show?
Yeah, I know. I should reach out.
Yeah.
I'll see.
We got to figure out like quarantine
Yeah, rules.
podcast rules.
We can take phone calls.
No, that's
Yeah.
true.
I wouldn't mind having fucking drinking bros on our show.
Doesn't even have to be all the drinking bros, but like they're all local.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think once I would like him in studio though. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, like I'd rather wait and have him in studio than I would have him on the phone.
Sure.
I just want to.
You smell different when you're awake.
Was that creepy?
Has anybody speaking of, has anybody checked on Jack? Is Jack okay?
Jack's not. Jack's sitting at home because his recording all got shut down.
He's quarantining with his best friend Taco.
Yeah.
Dude, I
It's him
fucking
and Taco,
love Taco.
just fucking chilling.
Good shit.
Yeah. So
John,
Yeah.
so you're three people.
My 3 people.
yeah,
Is
Well,
your grandfather?
My
dead
grandfather.
close, dead celebrity live.
I think I kind of already covered it, and I'm not even going to try to change it now. So I got my grandfather,
Yeah.
Betty White,
Yeah,
my sister.
there you go.
Nice. Jazz?
So dead close, either one of my grandfathers. I mean, if I'm going to be real greedy, it'd be awesome to have both.
Sure.
Mainly because I think
I'd love to
because
hear
the-
those conversations.
right, because the
Yeah.
era they
Oh,
came out of,
Jesus
having them
fucking
both in the
cool.
same
That's like-
room would just kind of be like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit here and drink this whiskey.
Yeah,
Like, I
I'm
don't need to
just
say
like,
shit.
fuck.
For
Dude.
me, it'd be both like opposite sides of the same story.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Just because they're both
Yeah.
in the same era. I mean,
Right?
it's kind of amazing. And some of the artifacts I have from my paternal grandfather, they mean a lot to me. They were handed to me directly from my grandmother. Is just because he's who I'm named after and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
they were given directly to me, and I've spent 25 years guarding them, and
Truth be told,
it's an honor to have them. But
now I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'd like to talk to my mom again.
that's not a bad pull.
Like I really miss my mother.
So
So like maybe that one
Yeah.
would be that'd be my go-to.
Yeah.
All right.
dead celebrity. I said Hunter S. Thompson. I thought of a second one that I think would be kind of cool for a couple weeks just to hear that shit. I'm gonna go with Arlie Ermy.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
I got a picture of that guy.
You know, so I met Arlie Ermy. I have a great Arlie Ermy story actually.
So no shit, there was.
Yeah. So no shit. I was on White Beach in Camp Pendleton because we were on the show Mail Call,
Oh,
and he was filming,
Nice.
and my platoon was out there, and we were doing the Amtrak fucking.
which
thing.
show though? Which mail call?
It was the one about the amphibious assault.
MAIL
vehicle.
or MALE?
Oh, it was the MAIL.
okay.
we filmed the other one later.
The other one's on XN and X.
So that sounds stay at home tube. Stay in home hub.
Stay at home hub.
Imagine Arlie Ermy commentating.
So
All right, boys.
so I met him, and this is after Saving Silverman.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
So the reason I pick Arlie Ermy is that I think if you had him in a room by himself, like no cameras, no character,
yeah.
I just want to know what that's like.
And I'll tell you, because this is what happened. He's a fucking Marine. He's a fucking jarhead. 100% jarhead. And he was talking to a gunny, and they were having this conversation. And I walked up, and I was just standing there quiet. I think I was a sergeant at the time, I was an E5. And this other sergeant walks up, and this guy was a fucking douchebag. And he walks up and he interrupts the conversation. And Arlie Ermy, without skipping a beat, looks at him and goes, "Hey, Sergeant, this is staff NCO conversation. I'll be with you in a minute. Go away." And the kid was just like, it looked like somebody shot this fucking asshole's puppy. And I fucking stood there with the biggest grin I fucking probably have ever smiled. I was like, oh, fuck. You just got devil dogged by fucking Arlie Ermy. Like, Gunny Hartman just told you to go fuck yourself.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I'd go tell all my friends. I'd just be like, "Do you want to know what just happened to me?"
I've literally been like, thank you.
I thought that he was gonna cry. I thought he was gonna fucking cry. It was like his hero had just like pissed on him. It was just like, fuck you,
don't
peasant.
be a d-bag.
Yeah, and it was only because he was being an absolute douchebag, and because he didn't do that to me, and I was standing there, part of the conversation.
Yeah.
And yeah, but he was 100% just like a fucking jarhead staff NCO.
But see,
Nice.
that's why I think he'd be a good pick. Is that I think what you're gonna have is you're just gonna have another fucking just some old NCO just fucking hanging out. Like I don't think it's gonna be like I don't think you'd have a celebrity interaction. I think it would just be he'd be just another one of the boys that's kind of
I think John Wayne would be cool.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of cool stories.
Freemason.
Yeah, he was. And a member of the Elks Lodge,
Yep, also true.
avid member. Met my grandfather twice. Right, my grandfather told me this story. He met him once in Tucson when he was filming a movie about something, and then like fucking
Which he was known to do.
like 15
One or
years
two.
later, my granddad is walking into a like an Elks Lodge or something in San Diego, California, and the Duke's walking out, and my granddad was like, "Hey, Duke, good to see you," and he's like, "Hey, how's Tucson been?" The motherfucker remembered it
Holy
Wow.
shit.
because apparently John Wayne had a fucking photographic fucking memory.
That's amazing.
And like remembered every detail of their conversation.
Wow.
And he met him for like fucking 10 minutes, like 15 years prior to this. And my granddad was like fucking amazed by that. I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. Like, fuck.
Good
I
on
would
him.
have went straight to the bathroom and jerked off.
That's why, that's why the Duke is a fucking
It's not
legend.
even gay at that point, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, also, living, although I said Mikey would be my, like, close if I had to pick living. Living celebrity? I think I'd go Kevin Smith.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
That'd be fun.
Wait, Kevin Smith now or Kevin Smith before he went vegan and started talking about it all the
It
time?
didn't really matter. He's just skinny now.
Speaking of which, you see the reboot?
I haven't yet.
It's available. It's free on
I
Amazon
know.
right
Look,
now.
I
look,
saw
look,
the
look.
ratings of the reboot, and I didn't even watch it.
Okay,
If
so
you're,
here's
if you're a fan of all of View Askew, the View Askew universe,
Yeah.
there's a callback to every fucking thing
so here's the deal.
in that.
I was very lucky, and I got to meet Kevin Smith when he was on tour for Yoga Hosers, and he did a big Q&A thing before the movie, like 2 hours. He just stood on the stage and like took questions and all this kind of stuff, and explained why these movies have kind of gone where they've gone. That it's not the effort that we're used to from Clerks or Dogma or Mallrats or any of that kind of stuff, why there's been this departure. And he explained it as he has gotten to a point in his career where he doesn't have a desire to do more. Like, he's never been this director that has desired to work for Marvel or do some huge blockbuster or
he's
do like the JJ trick and go
stayed
reboot Star Trek or
Real
any of that
fucking
kind of stuff.
true to himself.
But he's gotten to a point in his career where he's like, I've accomplished everything I want to accomplish. And now that there's no studio telling me that your movie has to make X amount or we're not going to work with you anymore, he's only making the movies he wants to make. And so then you get Tusk and Yoga Hosers and
They make fun of Tusk.
yeah. Well, even he knows it was a fucking weird movie,
That
but he wanted to
fucking
make it.
walrus movie.
Yeah. And I can respect that.
Yeah.
Because of he's making them because he wants to make them. It's a story he wants to tell.
Yeah.
They're super low budget. He finds somebody that's willing to put just enough money into it, and then he gets to go on tour with them. They don't do the whole major studio release and it's in every theater and da 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 da. They
Yeah.
do these little things. People like me buy the tickets to go see it because you're really going for the experience and not the quality of the film. And I can respect for the fact that he's doing what he wants to do. It's a lot like Warfighter. Or any of the other startups that do the whole could we have gone the route of we're going to make a label and then we're going to rely on some huge house that's going to produce everything
Right.
and help with the marketing. It's just going to be our label, but we have to essentially sell it out
Yeah.
in order to make the ducks.
Yeah.
Instead, it's no, we wanted to do it our way. And whatever success we find doing it our way, that's at least we know it's ours. Like it's not somebody else's success that propped us up. We own that and it's ours. And that's where he's at with his career.
Sure.
And I can admire that because now he does like 4 podcasts a week and he's making these movies and there's a chance at getting into these shows that are passion projects that he wants to do. Like he may be doing, he may be able to reboot Buckaroo Banzai and all these kind of obscure, like kind of cult following nerd shows and stuff like that. And that's where his passion is. Like he's deep down a hardcore fucking nerd. And that's where his passion's at. And I got to meet him personally. And I waited purposely to be the last guy in line so that I didn't get the whole like his the handlers going like, you got to move on. We got fucking 100 people behind you and stuff like that. And when I got to meet him, when I found Kevin Smith, I was in a really bad spot. I was one of those very angsty teenagers. I had gone through some shit. I was in a really weird place in my life. And that's when I found his movies. And his movies were all about those people that were in really weird places in their life. And they all survived it. And I pulled all of that out of his films. And so to get a chance to thank him for always telling his story the way it needed to be told, it meant a lot to me. And I could tell it meant a lot to him that I was able to do it. And I had an original Clerks one sheet, one of the original movie posters. I had located it and I had possession of it. And literally on the ticket, it said that you're being given a signed comic book and poster for the movie. Don't bring anything else. He won't sign anything else.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I'll buy that. Like, I get it. Because otherwise, fucking all 400 people in this theater are going to be fucking handing him shit to sign. But I had the tube. And I was last. And I never asked. But he at one point literally pointed and goes, what do you have there? And I was like, it's an original Clerks one sheet. And he was like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't even have one of those. And I was like, yeah, I found it in this fucking, in literally a used record and movie store. And so I bought it and I brought it with me. I'm happy to give it to you if you actually don't have one. He was like, fuck that. So and he was like, pull it out. And he literally pulled his little person over and got a Sharpie and pulled it out. And he was like, who do I make it out to? And I actually had to make it out to QLab, which is my production company. And so he signed it. It says to QLab, go make cool shit. Kevin Smith. And he signed it real huge on the bottom of it. But I think I could hang out with a guy like him because he has never played the game.
Yeah.
He has always just kind of been who he is.
Gotta appreciate that.
Yeah.
You got to. You know, like.
As much of a stoner and some of the other stuff that he does that I don't necessarily dig. One thing I had to learn after some career changes and stuff like that is I've had jobs where I played the game.
Sure.
And I changed who I was to play that game.
Yeah.
And I didn't like who I was by playing that game. And so I do look at him on, he's always kept it fucking true to who he is. So I think for a quarantine hangout, nice.
Nicely done.
Apparently he'll drink to this. For a quarantine hangout, I think hanging out with somebody living that doesn't play the game, doesn't have a show, he just fucking is who he is. And there is no character and then the behind the scenes version. I think, regardless of what you think of his politics or his habits or whatever, there's a lot to be learned from that. And so it goes back to, if I'm going to come out of quarantine hanging out with somebody, I want to be better about who I am.
Yeah.
Well, fucking A. Well, fuck, boys.
You know what I like about you fuckers?
Huh.
We had every opportunity. I picked Betty White, just go for full circle on one of our old episodes. But nobody picked like, oh, I want Scarlett Johansson or fucking, I don't even know, like some fucking super hot fucking celebrity chick. But I think I know the reason why. And I don't
Sounds
think it's
fucking exhausting.
I don't think it's because like, oh, like somebody's going to be mad at me or, you know, blah, 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 or whatever. I think literally like it'd be fun for like 24 hours.
Yeah, it'd be fun for like 24 seconds.
Well, I like to cuddle.
Oh, okay.
24 seconds.
I like to cuddle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like,
No, we had legitimate reasons. Well,
yeah.
dude, even your pick, even Betty White.
And it's
The
not
fuck
because like,
stories that
thought.
woman
no, don't
would
get me
fucking-
wrong. We did a smash and
Awesome.
pass and the whole nine, everything like that.
Sure.
That's not the reason that I want to hang out with Betty White. Betty White's seen some shit. Betty
Yeah.
White has some fucking stories.
Guarantee
The
it.
knowledge that woman has, oh my God.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to somebody that has seen
Everything.
the world is going to end and still come out the other side,
Yeah.
Betty White's probably a good
Betty
pull.
fucking White. 100%.
Plus, I bet she'd cook it for you.
Jesus
But-
Christ.
You know
I'd
she
be
would.
500 pounds.
But no, I totally agree with you, John. I think everybody here, they had actual reasons. It was, if I have to pick,
These were all thought out fucking
yeah, it's
responses.
gonna be for
Sorry, listeners.
a real deal.
If you were expecting dick jokes on this one, sorry.
I mean, what we could all say Ryan Reynolds because it's not really gay because it's Ryan Reynolds, but the fact of the matter is
that would be fun.
You know,
Yeah.
about a week into that, I'd literally wake up every morning, make coffee, turn around and punch him in the face. Like I would. Like
I
you can
think-
only
I
fucking
think
talk
you'd-
so much shit to me before it's just like, okay, dude.
I think you would start to hate the perfection.
Until you saw them abs.
I seriously think you'd start to hate the
That's why I punch him in
perfection.
the face. I'm like, asshole. Bam.
Right? It's like you
what
didn't
did
say
I-
anything.
What did I do?
That'd be the worst part about hanging out with Matt Best, though, is going on his workout routine.
Yeah.
It'd fucking kill me.
Right? Fuck.
Dude, if that dude walked in like, all right, we're hitting the gym, I'd be like, fuck off. Like,
God,
I got a pot of coffee I'm
This
killing
is quarantine. You're
first.
supposed to sit on the couch and finish Netflix. All of it.
Yep. So there you go. So
All
that
right.
debate went way deeper than I think it was
Yeah,
intended
Jesus
to
Christ.
go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Justin. Well, fuck, boys.
Fuck boys.
Let's raise a glass
All right.
to our quarantine dream teams.
Yeah.
And as always, we invite you all to smoke on.
Well, I think you're
Drink
forgetting
on.
something.
Oh, we're gonna drink on. And freedom the fuck on.
There you go.
There it is. And
Tell
yeah,
your mom.
Tell your mom, tell your friends, tell your mom's friends. Don't forget to hit that
Hey,
like, share, and subscribe buttons on all
speaking-
of the appropriate channels. And hey, you know what? Leave us a review because this man right here is a goddamn war hero.
Speaking of reviews, somebody left us a nice one I read today.
Really?
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit. Well, hold on just a minute. Let's wrap this episode up by saying we thank every single one of you for being our freedom friends, and please fucking hit all the appropriate buttons, and then maybe we'll make a little micro content to share the review for the oh so wonderful freedom friend that left it.
Oh
I
shit.
think that's a great
So
idea.
until
Yeah.
then, fucking you stay classy, all of you freedom loving motherfuckers out there,
San Diego.
and we thank you for putting up with our fucking shenanigans.
Whale's vagina.
You know, there's a San Diego, Texas.
Jesus Christ. We'll see you
It's
guys
by
next
the
time.
coast.